Hi all, welcome back to my blog. So today let's look at a really simple example on how to bring partial configuration from one Palo Alto firewall to another firewall or another Panorama. You could do that vice versa as well. So you can bring some or part of the configuration from Panorama into the firewall. But in our example, I have a single firewall and a single Panorama. So my ultimate goal is to bring all of these address object, address group, and and couple of security policies from this firewall into the Panorama. So if you look at the Panorama, it's pretty much empty. So I will be working with a device group called branch underscore DG. So I want to bring all of these into the Panorama. So that's the ultimate goal. So the first step is to export the full configuration from the Palo Alto firewall, and then we had to import it back into the Panorama. So to export the config or the running config from the firewall, go to log into the firewall, go to device, setup operations, and then you had to export a named configuration snapshot. And then I will choose I want to export the running config and then click OK, and then it will download the file. And then if I go back to the downloads, and then I will open it in Finder, and then I will just rename that it to firewall 1. And then so now we exported the config. The next step is to import this config into Panorama. So go to Panorama and then Panorama tab, setup operations, and then now we need to import. So import named Panorama configuration snapshot, and then I have to select the file, which is firewall1.xml, and then I will click OK. So this doesn't really do anything. This just import the config into Panorama. It doesn't really apply or anything. So for example, if I go to the address object, there is nothing. So the third step is to find exactly what we need to copy, right? So at the beginning I mentioned I only want to copy the address object, address group, and the firewall. We don't want to copy anything else. So in order to selectively copy a specific part of the configuration, we need to tell the Palo Alto firewall or Panorama, okay, I want to copy only these specific settings from this specific X path. If you work with Palo Alto firewall, you know Palo Alto uses the XML format, and then in XML you have this concept of XPath. The XPath actually identifies a specific configuration in the whole XML hierarchy. So in order to find the XPath, the most easiest way is to just browse the XML tree. So what you can do is if you navigate to HTTPS, your firewall IP or the domain name, and then just type API. So I'm on the firewalls API, and then you kind of need to figure out, okay, where is this address object located? Because I've done this before in the past, I kind of know where it is. So you need to go to configuration command, and then devices, and then you select the local host, and then vsys 1, and then here is the address group. So let's first pick the XPath for the address. So I click here, and then you just need this information. So I need to copy this bit, and then if I go back to my Panorama CLI, I will go to the config mode, and then the command that you need to use in order to bring the objects into Panorama. So you type load config partial, and then the mode is merge. And so you have another mode, replace. I kind of explain what it does on the blog post if you're interested, but for this video I will just use merge as an example. And then from XPath, so this is where you need to tell, okay, what do we want to copy from, right? So in this example, because we have this XPath for the address object, I will just paste it. So we are essentially saying, okay, I want to copy all the addresses from this specific path, and then we had to say I want to copy these things into to the XPath. So for us to find the XPath of the Panorama, I will just do the same. So just duplicate the tab and then go to API, and then again the XPath is slightly different because you have this concept of device group. So I will go to config, devices, and then localhost, and then device group, and then I'm interested in the branch underscore DG. I mean, that's the only one I have anyway. And then address, and then you just copy this, and then you put it here. And then now we need to say where do we want to copy it from. We had to specify the XML file that we imported into Panorama. So say from, and then you have to say the name of the file. So firewall1.xml, and then click enter. So it takes a while, and then it says config loaded from firewall1. So if I go to Panorama, see everything shows up now. So I have all the address object. So you just need to repeat the same step for address group, and then the security policies. I explained everything in detail in the blog post, so feel free to check it out. So if you have any questions or any concerns, please let me know in the comments, and then I will get back to you. Thank you.